We're at the Hartje Learning Center today, our school forest, and there's a bunch of logs here. Somebody dumped them, cut them on a big tree. I'm thinking a pine tree. Anyway, it's going to be our starting point for using different senses, touch and smell and sight. And we're going to smell the fresh cut wood, and it's going to be the beginning of our talking about decomposition, how things decompose, and it's the cycle of life, and the decomposition nourishes the next growth of plants or animals, whatever it might be. 2 kindergarten classes today. I'm hearing the cranes, old friends coming back from the south. It's early spring and it's supposed to get up to 75 today. 2 classes of kindergartners. Cut wood. So just stand still and see if you can smell it. Alright, now what I want you to do, well, first of all, here's what I want you to do. And you've probably all heard also that you can tell how old the tree is by the rings. And I don't know where these came from, but I'm glad somebody put them here. So I want you to get close to a stump and look at the rings and see if you can count them. But also scratch it and then smell it again.
Javier, careful where you're walking, honey.
Scratch and sniff.
Yeah, this tree is 100 years old. Can you start? Should you want to start with the first one? You want to try to count? Count the rings. See, there's like these. If you count the rings, that's how.
30 or more. 40 or more. 50 or more. All right, hands down. These trees are quite old. Now, I want you just to tap it. Just gently. Soft or hard? It's hard. All right. Now look and find a piece of wood, like this one in front of the boy with the orange. Wood, and then to dirt. Shh, guys. And the dirt that the tree turns in. Talk about the cycle of life. What movie?
What movie was that? Lion King.
Yes.
The Lion King. The little baby is going to become the king, and the king is going to die. And that's the cycle of life. And we're going to talk about that. All right, come with me.
Okay, I'm going to.
See all the leaves on the ground?
Yeah. That looks like 1,000 million.
Those leaves are going to be food for the next generation of plants. The leaves are going to decompose. The leaves are going to dry up and then turn into earth. And then that's going to be food for other trees and other plants around here.
Sir?
And maybe bugs. Now, another thing about March is if you look through the woods, you can see way into the woods. Because the trees aren't growing yet, they don't have leaves. Are the trees dead?
No. Well, I see some leaves up there.
Yeah, there's leaves and there's needles.
Well, that's pine.
The trees aren't dead.
That's a pine tree, that's why.
What's going on with the trees?
It's a pine tree?
Yes.
They like stop growing, but they're still alive.
They're still alive. Do the trees have blood?
No.
What do the trees have though?
Sap.
Sap. And I call it the tree blood. Tree blood is sap. And the sap is way down in their roots right now. And the 4th graders at Prairie Ridge School come out here and tap the trees that means they put something in the tree and then the sap is coming up from the roots and it hits that thing, the tap that they put in there, and then the sap drips out. And if it's a maple tree, they boil it down and create maple syrup from the sap, from the tree blood.
I love maple syrup with my pancakes.
Oh, yes, it's wonderful. So one more thing before we move on. Chances are slim that we're going to see animals. We might see birds, we might see animals, but the animals here can hear us. They probably heard you when the bus drove up. And definitely they heard you when you got out of the bus, because they can hear. And you know what else? They could probably smell us, because we as people have a different odor, just like the trees have an odor. All the animals have an odor too, and they could smell us. Because they can smell better, they can probably hear better, and so they've left. They're gone. But if we're lucky, we could see some. All right, let's keep going. Here's a piece of wood. Could you do that back there? No! No way. So this piece of wood is, what's the big word we learned?
Decomposing.
Say it again?
Decomposing.
Decomposing. So bugs and other plants, fungi, and moisture, all are going together
Like that moss behind you?
with this dead tree,
Peanut.
turning it back into dirt.
Into the earth.
So when you go by here, you can take, not right now, take a little piece and squish it up like that and see if you can smell it. I can't smell it, but I think your guys' smell is better than mine. I got an old nose. You got fresh noses. So pretty soon,
We're listening still.
this pile of wood that's decomposing will just be dirt. And some other plants will be growing up from it because it's like food for the new plants. But now, we're talking about decomposing plants. Now we're going to talk about decomposing animals. What? So just feel a little bit of this, crunch it, smell it, and then follow me. Let me get through here. Oh, and as we're walking, look at the green mosses on some places.
Derek, we're not going way up there, though. Stay up here. We're going to stay on the path for
Decomposition.
Please do. Observation.
Observation area.
Not.
So there's kind of a square up here. I want you to walk around the square so everybody can see. Don't walk through the square. Walk around it. All right, raise your hand if you're listening. So sometimes when I'm driving from my house to Harchi, I see a dead animal and then I bring it here so that people can see the decomposition of animals. So all of these bones were at one time a living animal. So raise your hand if you can think of something that would eat a dead animal in the woods, on the road. Just one thing. Yes? What other animal or
Easton, get down.
thing would eat a dead animal? Yeah.
A dinosaur.
A what?
A dinosaur.
A dinosaur?
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. But now I want you to think about animals or other things that are around here. But if there were dinosaurs, some of them certainly would. Yeah. What this guy right here?
Wolf.
A wolf. And sometimes we think, oh, we don't have wolves around here, but every once in a while a wolf might be coming through here. So a wolf would eat a dead animal. Yes.
Bear.
A bear?
Yeah.
You know, there's three kinds. Let's see, there's herbivores. They eat plants. There's carnivores. They eat other meat. And then there's omnivores that eat plants or animals. And I'm pretty sure bears are like an omnivore that'll,
Yeah.
if they get hungry, they'll eat almost anything. Yeah,
Even grass.
a polar bear. You know, that makes me think of climate change, and our climate around here is getting warmer and warmer. I think polar bears would want to stay up north, but they would eat dead animals. You're right. Yes. A what?
Quicksand. Quicksand.
Quicksand? Quicksand. That's something that might trap an animal. And like the dinosaurs,
It might die.
yeah. The dinosaurs, maybe you've heard of La Brea tar pits. It was like a tar pond in California, and dinosaurs would get stuck in there. Yes? Coyotes. We have coyotes around here.
Yay.
All right, one more. Yes?
Bugs.
Bugs probably do a lot of it.
Maybe a
So
tarantula.
here's the thing about it.
Yeah.
The fly would come around and lay an egg on a dead animal, and then the egg would hatch into like a thing we call a maggot, like a little larva, a little worm, little white worm, and they would swarm all over it. And other beetles would eat at it, and coyotes and turkey vultures, birds, even eagles. All of those things would clean up the bones. Now, as long as we're here, remember I told you about the three kinds, the omnivore, the herbivore, and the carnivore?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can tell by the teeth. So this one, his teeth are loose, but there's no teeth up front. So what do you think this one eats?
Carnivore. Rat.
What do you think? Plants, animals?
A T-Rex.
Well, no, what would this one eat? Would it eat animals or would it eat plants?
Animal.
See, there's no teeth up here.
Plants.
This one is a plant eater, yeah, because there's no teeth. This one's not a good example. Let's see this one. Oh, here. See this tooth?
Yeah.
That's a sharp tooth for grabbing other animals. And here's a big hole here. There'd be another big tooth there for grabbing animals and eating other animals.
I know what.
Yes. Well, a bear, we
Three little pigs, kind of. Well, why do I have that? It's kind of like the pig houses. I really go far away. I can see the houses. These tickets too. Go. What's the number? My house. Obviously go.
Smile pretty for the camera. You can wait here for Mom, okay? If you want to.
Oh, there's nothing there. You don't want to go? I'll go with you. Okay.
Yeah, probably other kids are going.
Oh, it's not like
I think that might be like a goat skeleton, because that's like it does. That kind of looks like something. That's a feeder.
Thank you. So first of all, some nature detectives found this. And as a good detective, the first thing they thought of was, what is it? That's what nature detectives do. They ask questions. What is it? It looks perfectly round and very thin shell. So I think, first of all, I think of two things. I think of a gall. A gall is something where a bug lays an egg in a plant, and then the plant grows around it. And then the other thing I think about is a fungus, because sometimes fungus puffballs are round, and in the beginning they're nice and white and kind of firm, but then as they get older, they get kind of squishy. And let's see, I'm going to squeeze it a little bit and see if something comes out. Can you see that puff coming out? See it? So puffballs are not like regular plants, and we haven't talked about this, but this is a good time to talk about other plants. Most plants have seeds, and they develop seeds, and this is a good time to find seeds. And that's how new ones grow, from their seeds. But a fungus, a puffball, doesn't quite have seeds. It's got things called spores. And that's what that dust is coming out. Let's see, oh, there it is. That's the spores of the puffball. So this is a mushroom, a fungus called a puffball. Good find, you guys. Now,
Be careful, be
all right, raise your hand if you like this out here. And they're trying to get rid of some plants. Now you think, why would anybody want to get rid of some plants? Because they're bullies. The plants are bullies.
Okay, good.
They want to take over. They want to be the first to grow. They want to be the last to grow. They want to take over. And the science name is invasive.
Are you killing a
So there's this is a, can you move your leg in?
Oh, yeah.
This is a, listen. So one of the animals around here that could make that would be a coyote. It definitely could be a coyote print. What's in another animal that lives in the woods here that could make a print similar to that?
A dog.
A dog. Lots of people walk their dogs out
You
here.
need to find a spot and stay there.
A wolf, a small wolf, because this one's pretty small. It's the size of a coyote or a small dog.
A bear.
A bear would be much bigger and different.
Like a fox.
I'll give you. All right, a couple things about trees. Did we do this when you were in kindergarten? If it's a yes, raise your hand. If it's a no, raise your hand. Okay. So some of you, this bark here? This is old bark. I gotta tell you, the tree, the living part of the tree is just under the bark. You saw it back there, the decomposing, in the first pile of wood, how the wood on the inside was sometimes gone or sometimes decomposing. The live part is right under the bark. So the deer around here, the boy deer, what's the boy deer called? Buck. He has antlers, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, not all the time. That's amazing, isn't it? That sometimes he has them and then they fall off and then he grows them again. That is just amazing. Anyway, he grows them again and he comes and he rubs on here. And he scrapes the living part. So what happens when you scrape your hand? Like you fall on your bike and you hit the cement. What? It hurts.
And you're like scraping the skin, and the outside of the bone is like a skin.
So if you scrape the skin, and then what comes out?
Blood.
What? Blood. And what do I call the tree blood? Sap. I call the sap tree blood. So when the deer rubs on there, it's going to bleed. The sap is going to come out just like the maple syrup sap. So the tree heals, just like our skin heals.
Like
It
this,
forms a scab
like this
and closes up so that it doesn't bleed anymore. And that's what happened
Like this one.
here. This is an old tree rub. The deer scraped it, and then the tree healed around it. So why does the deer do that? Why does the buck do that? Some people believe it's to sharpen his antlers, because when the antlers grow, they've got fuzz on them. So they scrape that off. That's another reason. Yeah.
I'm going by.
Don't let go. Keep climbing.
There we go, to the flag. Oh my gosh.
That's it. Good. Nice.
I made it.
Oh, good.
But you even made it.
Stay up the hill. Don't let go of the rope. Keep going. Back off. Let people get up.
August, he said let go.
Yep. Back off so everybody else can come back up.
Until you get to the top.
That's what I see. Oh my gosh.
Don't let go of the rope.
Good job.
I know it's so close. I thought it was going So fun. That's so fun. Go, Mizzou.
Good.
I wish it would be longer. I want it to be longer.
Good job, buddy. Don't let go of the rope.
I did it. Oh, this Sue's coming. Miss Sue's coming. Whoa!
Cheer him on. Back up.
I fell.
You're all right.
I almost let go of the rope. Yo, bruh. My dad's gonna be on me soon. I almost let go of it.
I want to see my mom going up this.
Oh my God.
My mom's gonna have a hard time going up there. Your mom? Yeah.
My dad would be like, don't let go of the rope.
That's it. Good.
I handled that perfectly fine.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, Weston!
Back up, guys. Back up.
You guys gotta back up.
It's Steamer.
Miss Pepper's coming up. I want to see my mom. I want to see my mom coming up there. She's gonna have a really hard time.
Nice work of the hill.
We'll probably help your dad, right?
You got it.
We'll definitely help your dad.
Okay, jump down and then help him. Watch out!
I want to see. No.
Yo, Harcy, venga para acá que se cae. Don't leave, what is that? No. Párese del piso. Emma's dad's coming up. Stop. Emma's dad's coming up. Yeah, my mom. My mom is so Emma, you're the cat. There is always something. That's pretty hard.
That's it. Good.
I really want to see my dad. I want to see my mom going up there.
You can do it.
Good job, Elizabeth.
Cheer him on.
That's it. That's it.
Come on, It's okay, Eddie Joe.
Good job. Let go. Don't let
Hang on to the rope, Eddie Joe.
Put your knee
down.
Put your knee down. That will help.
Hang on to the rope, Eddie Joe. Don't let go.
Good job. Good job.
Okay?
I'll hold your shirt.
Can you guys cheer everybody on?
Come on, guys. You can do it. Woo!
You got this! You got I don't know what. Be careful! You got old legs! You got old legs!
All it is.
The last one!
Last one.
Tomorrow.
It's clumped together, and I think that depends on what it's been eating. Maybe if it's not getting enough moisture, like there's not a lot of moist stuff that it eats now. It eats maybe the pine needles and twigs, things like that. There's not a lot of moisture in there. But this is a healthy scat looking, and you can't really tell what it's been eating, but it's not clumped together. And the rabbit scat is rounder and brown usually. So this is deer scat. Any questions?
No.
Yeah.
When I was like, when you're watching that.
Don't pick it up, don't dig it out, and look close at it.
I'm done. Come on. I'm done. Bushy. Tiny.
Yeah.
I like this.
All right, raise your hand if you're listening. All right, it's down. Couple things about moss. Is a lot of times people don't pay attention to the moss. They're just looking for big things and big plants. And if you look close, they're really kind of neat. They look like little miniature pine trees. And it's squishy.
They look like baby
All right, another thing about moss, there's a moss real similar to this. It's called peat moss. And back in the old days, the peat moss was really important because it could be, when it got dry, it could be burned and used as a fuel. But also, it would absorb so much water that they would take peat moss and they would take a cloth and they would put the peat moss in the cloth and then they would use it for a diaper because it would absorb the liquid so much. The dry peat moss was like a big sponge and they would use it like a diaper. Yeah. What? Well, it's similar to this. It's usually found by the water, but it looks something like this. Yeah.
I found this one.
I found a caliper.
Oh yeah.
Where?
And another thing that scientists are just communicate by chirping. Coyotes communicate by howling. They have found that insects, little insects, communicate also by making a noise so low that we can't hear, but other insects can hear it. And it's so interesting that even in a place like mosses, there's probably little bugs down there talking to each other in a voice that we can't hear. All right. I'm getting the sense that you guys have a lot of energy.
She's just like, no, Mom, you're not going anywhere without me. The world. No. She's gonna pull the girl.
Raise your other hand if you can follow directions.
Okay,
All right.
I don't know how to count, so.
It's getting very close to the time we need to be back.
Is it
There is the stick house up ahead here. It's got 2 openings. So remember when we went through the straw house?
Yeah.
One door was to go in, the other to come out. When you get to the 6th,
Just right there.
Miss William! Miss William! Miss William! I can bring out. Go out there and then I could just.
Cool. Oh, I want to go up it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, now we have to get out.
Throw it up again.
You
Lift it
know
up.
something? I've been here in kindergarten.
the hike is over. It's lunch. They're all so hungry. I think they were hungry when they got on the bus. This age, they're always hungry, like baby birds. But they did well on the hike. We went and learned a lot. Scat, tracks, climbing. And now we've got a fire. It's a little breezy, but we've got a bucket of water. And it seems damp enough so that we're not endangering any kind of forest fire right now. We are going to have s'mores. Good group of kids, very interested, excited, just being outdoors. They found things on their own. They were great nature detectives. Awesome group. They would listen when they needed to listen, run when they were able to run.
I might sit over there.
Here's one of our new leaders, Ashley Bentley, and she brought her son along, Vinny. Let's see if we can get him. There he is.
Can you help me open this, please?
What now?
Looks like a Vinny fan club here.
Hey, Vinny. Say hi to Mr. Williams, Vinny. He's like, I'm chewing, I'm eating, I'm being.
There's Vinny. He's coming along on the hike today. He did very well.
He likes me. He likes me.
Yeah, he's so happy you guys are hanging out with him.
Hey, no, don't.
And now the fun part of doing s'mores around the fireplace.
That's going backwards, Wesley. Yeah, that's how they go backwards.
Fire's nice and hot now. Not too big of flames. Some of the kids are playing. The balance. A future gymnast here. Good job. We got a new crew here for s'mores. Looks like they're being careful, keeping their distance. One of the dads watching closely. That's always helpful.
Oh boy, bud. Oh yeah. It's still on fire, honey.
Mom watching closely. That's good too. Checking it out, seeing if it's the way she wants it.
Don't touch anything.
Say hi to the camera, Akila. I'll do my best. Somebody. Got it? Ooh, that looks
Want a marshmallow?
Yeah, I'm gonna get one.
Ah,
Does mommy want another bag?
Oh, you gotta ask the teacher?
No, we have to wait till
No, he said,
Oh.
he told the one kid that he wanted one. That was about 10, 15 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they said we're being close by
Oh, no.
an old-time game for kids. New kids learning an old game.
This is tricky. That was a good job.
That was a good one.
I'm tired.
Tired?
Yeah.
Can a little bit cry?
Kelly's gonna go there. I said to a game.
Good job, you hearty.
Just one more activity that kids can do here. Sidewalk art. There's someone enjoying climbing the hill.
Go get a drink real quick and then come back,
They're
Mason.
collecting things to take back with them to make collages.
Has any water?
We just finished with Duck Duck Goose, an old standby for kids. They love it and they get lots of exercise.
Under here.
Carson. Xander.
We got some rosy cheeks today. A lot of sun today.
Joe.
Can I touch it?
You have water too. Water here.
I'm right here.
Emma.